So to the surprise of nobody, Akuma is probably top tier in Street Fighter 6. Let me quickly show you how to win with him. Okay, so if you watch my Kami guide, I'm not really going to go into the combos and break down every single normal. I'm sure there's going to be tons of guides like that you could seek out. I'm going to talk about the general game plan, some setups, some really cool things you're going to want to know and abuse, and just things that should last forever. Whereas I feel like sometimes combos just get, something better comes out 2 days later. I don't really want to focus on that too much. So the first thing with Akuma as your general game plan is you can kind of do whatever you want. He's good at zoning, very fast walk speed, so you can play footsies very well. He has different jump angles, so you can go aggressive. You can kind of skip neutral with this move, although it has a lot of counterplay, which we'll talk about. So yeah, the first thing I want to talk about quickly is footsies and his fireball game. So he has very good whiff punish buttons. I think one of the better ones is stand medium kick. It's very deceptively good at whiff punishing, so let's show you an example here. So Akuma's going to whiff his crouch medium kick like this, and from this distance, his stand medium kick will actually punish it pretty consistently. A little bit too far maybe from here, right there, right? So what I like to do is if I think someone's going to whiff, I'm trying to react to it, and I'll buffer quarter circle back heavy punch. And that gives you a nice combo and a nice follow-up. And here you are in his face. You're +9, I think it was. Let's see that again. Yeah, we're +9, so we can move up for a strike throw situation, and that's all good. You can also use moves like his stand heavy punch to whiff punish. Also very good if people are whipping moves that are a bit higher. Like their own stand medium punches and whatnot, you might want to press stand heavy punch as it's a good button there. His crouch medium kick is good, just like other characters, but I've been finding a lot of success with his stand medium kick. The other thing is that it's only 26 frames active, so if you mess up your whiff punish, it's not a big deal. Whereas if you mess up with this, or 31 frames. If you mess up with this, it's 29, a little bit longer. This is pretty quick and very good. Fast startup, fast recovery. So very good for a whiff punish tool. So another big thing you're going to want to work on when you play Akuma is his fireball game. I'm sure if you play any other fireball character, you already know a lot of how this goes. You want to try to bait people to jump so you can DP them. You want to essentially use your fireball as an extended poke. You want to be thoughtful with it, right? Sometimes you press this just so you put in your opponent's mind that they should jump because you're using this kind of extended poke. One really good fireball trap is that if you do a pretty much around round start distance, a bit close, if you do a light punch fireball and they block it into immediately a fire punch fireball, there's actually not a big enough gap here for your opponent to jump in on you. It looks something like this. I'm going to make the Akuma do it. So watch, I'm going to block the first fireball and jump the second one, and he DPs me every time. If you did it in the reverse order, you did heavy punch first and then the light one after, this would not work, right? So let's show you. See how he gets punish countered there? So if you ever make someone block a light fireball from around round start range, you can actually throw a second fireball for free and they cannot jump it. It's a very good fireball trap to bait out people's jumps. They kind of have to parry both or, use a move like Kami's spin knuckle to get past it. That being said, Akuma's own medium kick Tatsu is very good at dealing with other fireballs, so if you know someone's going to do this, you can use your medium kick Tatsu. Don't be, too crazy with it because it does take a while to get that far, so you're going to have a good read or super good reactions, but there you go. Okay, so what about when you actually land a hit in neutral? A lot of the times if you do a drive rush or you got to jump in, what you're going to want to do is combo into either stand medium kick or a crouch heavy punch because these force standing. Akuma's light Tatsu actually whiffs if they're crouching, as you see here, but these moves force standing on hit. So even though he's crouching, if I hit him with this, it'll make him stand and I get to do my combo. So the way you end your combo here, again, I said I wasn't going to talk about combos, but this is something that'll happen a lot, is that you end with light Tatsu and then you have the choice of sweep or heavy DP. These are the two most common ones. You can also do some supers. And I want to talk about what you get after each of these because this is very important. I'm going to make Akuma DP me on wake up. So if I do the sweep, just jumping at him like this is actually a safe jump. So this is a very good option against people who are very DP happy. So you get the safe jump. You can also do stand jump heavy punch if you want. +11, right? So if they block it, you can play like a strike throw because you're super plus. So yeah, that's what you usually want to do if you end your combo with Tatsu into sweep. So another option people like to do is end their combo with Tatsu into DP. So it looks like this, but you don't get as good a knockdown. So if he rolls back, I'm actually -8 if I double dash. And if I don't double dash, it's kind of hard to catch up to him. It's a lot harder to get your wake up pressure, your stand medium punches plus, stuff like that, because you have to walk so far. One option that's really good is to actually drive rush after the DP. And this does a lot of things. One, you can bait DP with it. Do your drive rush, you block, you get a big combo. Two, if they do wake up mash, you actually get a counter hit. So they have to respect that, and that's also plus on block. You could also just do crouch medium punch, which is easier. And then lastly, if they want to wake up parry because they don't want to deal with either option, you just keep your drive rush going and throw him, right? So this is just a very standard strike throw, safe to DP's pressure that you would get after any knockdown, but you have to use your drive rush to make sure you close that distance, and you can block the DP in time. You can meaty them if you choose to do that. You could meaty throw as well. So something that's going to happen a lot. Maybe you're just playing footsies, you get a whiff punish. You can choose right here to go to the sweep, whatever. I don't want to talk too much about the combos because, you know, by the time I post this, there could be better ones, who knows. But you want to keep that idea in mind. After your Tatsu, light Tatsu, you can do sweep or DP, and those are your options to continue your pressure afterwards. In the corner, however, you can actually do light Tatsu into heavy Tatsu. And the reason this is really good is because if you actually whiff 2 crouch medium kicks, 2 crouch light kicks after, you're +4. And being +4 in this game is extremely good because if he does light punch on wake up, you can meaty grab and counter hit him, or you could also choose to do a medium crouch medium punch, and you're +8, which gives you a nice big combo. So yeah, in the corner, sometimes you're gonna want to choose to end your combo with light Tatsu into heavy Tatsu. Whip 2 of these, and you're plus. And you can go for a strike throw situation. You could shimmy if you'd like. In this case, I would just do 1 light kick to make it look like I'm setting something up. So it gives you more time to actually shimmy. And yeah, so that's a lot of what your pressure will look like depending on where you get your hits. The heavy punch DP one's very important because it's also your combo ender in just like the scramble situation. Sometimes you're just smashing jab and you hit them. You want to end with a DP, heavy DP here, and then you could do everything we talked about. Another thing you can actually do, and this also meaties, is you could do your overhead. And this is really strong because he did wake up light punch there and I counter hit him. So this is a meaty overhead. If they do wake up punch, wake up mash, wake up throw, you'll actually get a counter hit and you can get a full combo. Whether you counter hit or not, you can always combo into stand medium kick. And if they block it, you're +3, which is very good because you're in a strike throw situation where you can just walk up a little bit, or you could press your medium punches or whatnot. So that's a very good thing to keep in mind. This also applies to the ender we talked about earlier. If it's after a Tatsu, same thing. You get this meaty overhead if you'd like. It's +3 on block, and it combos into stand medium kick on hit, which I'll show you very quickly. And yeah, so that's a lot of what your knockdowns will look like in neutral. You want to keep the pressure up as a character like Akuma. He's very good in your face. He has high damage. He makes you whiff a throw. He can actually just kill you off anything. So that's how you want to treat a lot of your knockdowns when you actually win the neutral. And keep those 2 big knockdowns in mind when you do Tatsu sweep or just any heavy DP. Another time you can get this exact same knockdown is if you want to anti-air with an air-to-air Tatsu. And you just do your DP. And it's the exact same thing. So that's a good way to anti-air someone if you know they like to jump a lot. You could even get a level 3 off an anti-air, which is kind of insane. A lot of damage. So yeah, keep that air-to-air in mind. It's very strong against people who are very jump happy. And if you have enough resources, you can just cash out so much damage. Okay, something I don't want to spend too much time on is Akuma has a throw loop. You can just walk at them and loop them over and over. Even if they're doing a light punch on wake up, you can meaty throw them. You can also dash. It doesn't matter. I don't want to go over this. We all know throw loops are strong. If you have them, Akuma has a good one. Very good. Another thing to keep in mind when it comes to corner pressure is your EX fireball is actually +2 on block, which puts you in a strike throw situation where even if they press a button and you meaty grab, you will always win. So I'm going to have Akuma do his jab after my EX fireball, and I always get my throw. You can start your throw loops. It's extremely strong if you want to spend 2 bars to keep your pressure up in the corner. Okay, another very strong tool I want to talk about is the spacing trap here. So Akuma's stand heavy punch is actually only -3 on block, which is kind of insane. -3 on block, and it pushes you quite far away. So this is extremely good as a spacing trap. So someone like Akuma might mash back with his like crouching medium punch. By the way, if you're going to mash out of pressure, I would use crouching medium punch always as Akuma. I'll talk about that in a sec. But yeah, as you see here, he'll never reach me. If I use this move even remotely spaced, I could even be a bit closer like this. He won't reach me. And this gives you a very easy time to whiff punish his attempt at taking his turn. A crouch to stand medium kick forces him to stand. But I actually don't like doing the Tatsu myself, even though it forces stand. I like to buffer his back heavy punch. Quarter circle back heavy punch. You get something like this. It gives you a good corner carry. You get plus in their face with good strike throw pressure. And if you have level 3, it's a very easy combo to just do something like this. I've won so many games like this on my quick climb to masters because people want to press their button, right? This looks like a button where you could take your turn. And if people are scared to take their turn, you know, you just press the second one. It gets kind of scary. The other thing with this move is that also frame traps. So if you know people like to mash, press quarter circle back medium punch. And you actually get a frame trap, which leaves you +4. And it gives you that combo. So if you know people like to mash after your standing heavy punch, you have two options: let them whiff or frame trap them. It's just a very good move in general. You can also buffer drive rush off it in neutral if you're going to use it as a whip punish tool. Very good button. I would recommend getting used to using it. You can also frame trap with a light fireball if you want to be a bit safer, but you'll never get an extension off that. Recommend it a lot because it's a very good spacing trap. It makes people scared to press buttons after, which lets you get free pressure, etc. Okay, so if people are ever doing these fake block strings to you, people since the start of this game have done block strings like this into crouch medium kick, right? But that you can never block string into a crouch medium kick like that. No character really can. So in these situations, I really recommend you mash your crouch medium punch. This is very similar to Luke, so it's not as crazy, okay, because it's not plus on block, but it's a 6-frame normal that reaches very, very far. If people are doing fake block strings to you, like, you know, 3 jabs into this, that's something people do a lot as well. You never want to let them get away with that. If you ever block 3 lights, just, you know, it's very low risk to press that button. But if you are going to mash on defense, I highly recommend crouch medium punch. Sometimes your jabs and whatnot will not reach, and you'll just lose to like that. You'll get counter hit, right? So you don't want to mash your jabs. You can do something like this instead, right? Okay, so that's a lot of like the fundamental things you're going to want to look out for in your matches just to become a better Akuma / Street Fighter player in general. Now let's talk a little bit about some cheese options that Akuma has. Now, if you're watching this video and it says it's like months old, maybe you want to stop doing these or not do these because people will figure it out. But these actually work okay as of right now. Okay, so I'm going to make Akuma wake up with crouch light punch to show you that we can hit him meaty. So remember that knockdown we talked about earlier? You want to cheese someone, you can actually do a teleport grab and it will meaty. It'll beat any wake up throw, any wake up jab, any wake up block. It's a pretty good cheesy option. It's a little slow, but people don't realize this is happening right now. If you feel like cheesing someone out, it's a good option. It works off sweep. As far as I know, it doesn't work off the DP knockdown because you have to travel a little too far. You get punched if they're mashing. It'll work if they don't mash. You could just TP a bit further. But this actually is a full-on meaty setup that cannot be blocked, cannot be mashed out of, cannot be teched. They have to jump or DP or wake up super. Pretty cheesy option, but it's not bad. Another cheesy option that I'm sure you have seen. So let's say, you know, you really need to YOLO a win. You can actually do this. I'm going to make him jump to show you that he cannot get out of this. It's frame 1 at this point. This is very cheesy, but hey, it works. Even though it is kind of cheesy, I do think this is actually just a good option because even if we make Akuma try to jab, so let's say I did this and he tries to jabbing me out, he's trying to mash, right? Obviously if he does a DP, it's not going to work. But your demon comes out so fast that you will just beat his jab as well. Unless you suck like me. Just like this, right? Even if he's mashing on this drive rush cheese, it'll work. So keep that in mind. I have, you know, admittedly clutched out a few games like this on my climb. It's cheesy, but it's good, so it's something I recommend practicing. Just during your drive rush buffer, start buffering the demon as fast as you can. It's light punch forward, light kick, heavy punch. The way I do it is I kind of press light punch, and then the rest like just all together, just forward, light punch, heavy punch, like that. Look, something like that. Just, you know, get used to it, try it in training mode. Again, it's cheesy, but it's actually pretty good. If someone knows it's coming, they'll probably just mash DP or jump, and then you wasted all your bar, but I only really use this in like a YOLO situation anyway. So yeah, I hope you learned something about Akuma. If there's anything else you'd like to learn, leave a comment. I would appreciate a like, comment, and subscription if you learned anything. Let me know if there's anything else, yeah, and I'll probably do a Akuma counterplay guide next, so if you want to learn how to beat Akuma, stay tuned, I'll do that as well. Stay beautiful, my friends. See you in the grind to legend MR.